Death can be a funny thing, but it's no laughing matter. What if death is merely an illusion and not a means to an end, but perhaps a beginning to something that we just don't understand? You see, a close relative of mine recently passed away, and I remember with fondness the visits to his 2-bedroom apartment, always with a feeling of tranquility, comfort, and more importantly, a sense of home. That apartment has not been his home for several years, and yet the weekly visits, along with joy and laughter, are cherished memories that live on in my mind. But are memories a gateway to the past? Can I take a moment of solitude with my eyes closed and conjure up memories that only exist in my mind? Or is there more to it? That apartment that this relative occupied for a few years when he was starting out in life, young, vibrant, and strong, still exists today, more than likely occupied by someone who is perhaps starting out in life, his or her entire life right before them. Who might that person be? Is the apartment even occupied? Who knew? And well, I had to know. I was now feeling a sense of nostalgia and a need to relive the past by seeing that apartment for old time's sake. I had to know who was living in Uncle Derek's old apartment. And so I made the 20-minute drive in the next town over to 1214 St. Lawrence Road, apartment 39. And although I was excited with anticipation, I could feel my heart beating out of my chest, beads of perspiration on my forehead, my throat caving in, barely able to swallow. Amazingly, I was able to get into the building past security and take the short elevator ride up to the 3rd floor. And as I approached the door, I knocked softly, and I waited and waited until the door slowly opened, a young man staring back at me, smiling back as though he knew who I was. And as I stood there, my face turning 3 shades of red, looked over at the tag beside his door, and it read, Derek Mason.